morning friends. Today we discuss about atomic absorption spectroscopy. Firstly, I introduce my name is Sumit Subhash Padare and I will discuss the atomic absorption spectroscopy. So, these are the most latest spectroscopic technique in which we study the principle, its instrumentation and the application of the atomic absorption spectroscopy. So you can see these are the instrument of atomic absorption spectroscopy. We can see in detail. Firstly, the atomic absorption spectroscopy, it is known as AAS. It is a spectroanalytical procedure for the quantitative determination of chemical elements using absorption of optical radiation by free atom in the gaseous state. By using this technique, we can measure quantity of chemical element which is present in the sample by measuring the absorbed radiation by the chemical element of we can study. We can see the brief history of these AS. Firstly, the scientist Alan Walsh is used the spectrometer for atomic absorption spectroscopy in 1954. After that, the very much changes and new research are done. Next, firstly, any analytical technique which is based on the principle. So we can see the principle of the AS. The technique used basically the principle that free atom generated in an atomizer can absorb radiation at specific frequency, and atomic absorption spectroscopy quantify the atomic absorption at ground state atom in the gaseous state. The atom absorb UV and visible light and make the transition to higher electronic energy level. The analyte concentration is determined from the amount of its absorption. Concentration measurement are usually determined from working curve after calibrating the instrument with standards known as concentration. Atomic absorption is a very common technique for metals and metalloids in environmental sample. So generally the atomic absorption spectrometer, it is based on halocathode lamp, then nebulizer, then atomizer, then monochromator, and lastly the detector. So we can see the general schematic diagram of AS. Firstly, this is the halocathode lamp which is pass the light, and second is the flame nebulizer where there are two types of nebulizer are used. Second, there is a test solution, and next is the monochromator. After that, it is goes to detector, and last there is a data processor. We get the final outcome of the data in data processor. Hence, we can see the light source. Hollow cathode lamp are the most common radiation source in AS. It contains tungsten anode and hollow cylindrical cathode made of the element to be determined. These are sealed in glass tube filled with an inert gas, that is neon or argon. Next, that is monochromator. This is a very important part in atomic absorption spectrometer. It is used to separate out all of the thousand of lines. A monochromator is used to select the specific wavelength of light which is absorbed by the sample and to exclude other wavelength. The selection of the specific light allows the determination of the selected element in the presence of other. Next, detector. The light selected by the monochromator is directed onto a detector, that is typically a photomultiplier tube whose function is to convert the light signal into an electrical signal proportional to the light intensity. The processing of electrical signal is fulfilled by a signal amplifier and the signal could be displayed for readout or further it is into the data station for printout. Next, it is a nebulizer. It is suck the liquid sample at controlled rate, create a fine aerosol spray for introduction into the flame and mix the aerosol and fuel oxidant thoroughly for introduction into the flame. This nebulizer is creating sample into the aerosol conformation. Next, that is atomizer. Element to be analyzed need to be an atomic set. Atomization is a separation of particle into individual molecule and breaking molecule into atom. This is done by exposing the analyte to high temperature in a flame or graphite furnace. See first only the atomizer, flame atomizer and graphite tube atomizer. Next, we see the application of atomic absorption spectroscopy. It is mostly used for determination of small amount of mercury, calcium, magnesium as well as all other metal element. It is mostly used in pharmaceutical industry, food industry, environmental studies and drinking water, ocean water and soil analysis. Also, the mechanism of AS, it is in atomic absorption, liquid solvent is evaporated and the dry sample is vaporized to a gas or droplet. Component of the gas sample are converted into free atom. This can be achieved in either a flame or flameless manner using graphite chamber that can be heated after application of the sample. Procedure for chromium analysis by atomic absorption spectroscopy. We can see the procedure for chromium analysis. In this we get required material like gas, acetylene gas, nitrous oxide, argon gas, next air compressor for nebulizer, then standard solution, muffle furnace, matrix modifier, volumetric flask and micropipette. Procedure for chromium analysis. Firstly, we have to prepare the reagent in desired calculation. Then chromium standard solution can made. After that, final we get the calibration curve data. We can see the absorption versus concentration graph and calculate the concentration and absorbance. Thank you.